Welcome to the story of one. Okay. I just wanted to share an experience that I had. And what I do is after my retirement, I got a job taking clients to their doctor's offices, dialysis, things of that nature. And to be very honest with you, it's very inspirational for me. I learn a lot from different people. I get to talk to different people, and it's so amazing to me to learn other people's stories, experiences, and things of that nature. It opens my mind. Um, Instead of just being at home, retired, and bored to death, I actually get to communicate with different people, different races, different walks of life. It just every day is a different experience, and that's what I like. Well, I just want to talk about this one day that I came across. It was a typical morning. Um, I stopped by a grocery store, not grocery store, a store to buy me a taco. And that's what I normally do in the mornings, get me one taco, and that lasts me till lunch and so on and so forth. So instead of me eating my taco at the entryway in my vehicle, which I do eat in my vehicle, I park it out away from the door, and so people don't have to look at me eat. I think that's a little privacy, I guess. But as I was eating, I noticed and there's a long driveway uh, to the parking lot. And I noticed a truck coming in and it stopped midway. And I didn't think too much about it at the time, but after I finished what I was eating, I decided to go ahead and go and get on the road and go to my next pickup. As I passed that truck, it was a green Ford F-150, about 1995 truck, right? I noticed a man inside and he slumped over and noticed his back jump in a little bit. And once I got on the road, I felt like I needed to go back and see what's going on because I kept on looking back and the truck was still there, and I felt like God was telling me, "Hey, you got to go back. You got to go see what's going on with this guy." So I did, but I was kind of like hesitant because you don't know, especially these days, who you're going to confront. So I tapped on his window and I kind of stepped back just in case he gets startled or I don't know who he is or nothing, right? So you always want to be careful. But as he rose up, he had a towel over his face, and he at the same time he was rolling down the window, and I noticed that he was a Hispanic male just by looking at his hair, his hands, and things of that nature. I still didn't see his face yet, but I noticed he was crying as far as the noise. And once he took the towel off his face, tears was just still rolling down. And it's like it's kind of startled me. It's a sir, I asked him, "Do you need me?" And another thing, he only spoke Spanish, and I'm speaking in Spanish to him, but I'm letting you know, of course, in English. But um, sir, are you okay? You need me to call 911? And he goes, no, no, no. Um, took the towel away, and yeah, he said, I'm okay. It's okay. So what's wrong? Talk to me, man. You know? And he goes, well, there's a signal light behind. I just came from. I looked and I can see it from where I'm standing. Right? There's a signal light, and as I was passing, the 18-wheeler came by speeding, ran the red light, and came very close to hitting me. Well, yeah, and I told him, and that would startle me. No, that's not why I was crying. I cried because one, I would have died if he hit me. Two, I'm here illegally in this country, and I have a wife and three children at the house. I have no family here. And that kind of, I didn't know what to say after that. And they depend on me, he said, and I wouldn't know what would happen to them if something happened to me. We have no communication with anyone in this country, and they have no money. I just started working like 2 weeks ago, and I don't think I haven't even had the first check yet. And I'm thinking to myself, man, here I am thinking I have a bad day, and I'm listening to this guy, you know. So I said, wow, I tell you what, I don't know you. You don't need medical attention. What you need is prayer for God to give you some peace over the situation right now. It also is another opportunity for you to make amends of whatever's going on with your life and be a better person, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know you, like I said, but let's just pray. And we did. And he thanked me. And I'm telling you this not to have a pat on my back because, oh my God, Raul, you went back and no, that was not it. God led me here for a reason. And yes, maybe I did help him. I don't know. I know one thing for sure that he helped me by listening to him, what he's going through. That taught me, even though I know this, everybody knows this, he taught me one thing. Are you ready to die? Do you have things in order for your family? Because this can happen to anyone at any moment, any given time. It don't have to be a car wreck. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be a heart attack. It could be anything. In that split second, you're gone. And I started thinking how we take life for granted, how we take our families for granted, my wife for granted, uh, your family for granted, the air we breathe every day we wake up. We don't think twice about it. We don't even thank God for it. He gave it to us. And though I might have helped him, but he definitely helped me 10 times more. That's happened about 2, 3 months ago, and to this day I'm still thinking about it. And I think that's the way God is talking to me, and He's been talking to me a lot lately, recently. And I didn't want to say this, but I did tell my wife uh, just the other day. God's been talking to me. This gentleman helped me tremendously. Uh, I have struggles in my life. We all have struggles in our lives. It can be anything from maybe drinking or watching too much TV or whatever the case may be. Um, I remember hearing or reading someone saying that if you're a Christian, you shouldn't have any struggles. You got it made. Da, 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 da. I beg to differ. I think being a Christian, the devil works on you double time, and you will have struggles. Struggles will be there. I remember at work one time, this one guy claims to be a Christian, and he goes, "If you're a Christian, you'll never sin again." Okay. No, I told him. I told him. I told him one thing. Do you have children? Yes, you do. You have children. You have children, right? Yes. Do you ever worry about your children when they go here, they go there? Do you worry? Of course, I worry about my children. Well, then you just sin. That's a sin. Your Christian does not make you perfect. No one is ever perfect. No one's perfect. Nobody on this earth is perfect. Never will be. We're all here to be striving to be Christ-like. We'll never get there. Anyway, get back to my story. I the other night I'm sitting here in my man cave. I'm in my man cave right now, the garage. Um, it's been 3 times this has happened to me, and I'm not asleep. I'm not dreaming. I'm wide awake. I see my parents. They both passed away, as many of you know, and some might not know. Uh, it's been, I think, Pops passed away. I want to say 3 years ago. My mom 6 years. I don't know, something like that. They're both arm in arm, smiling at me. Um, they don't say anything, but there's communication just by seeing them and them seeing me. There's I hear communication in my head. Again, please don't think I'm nuts. I think it's God's talking to me in a different way. Uh, but they kept on telling me everything's gonna be okay with a smile. Both of them. They look at each other and nodding their head with me to me. And that happened 3 times. The third time was just the other night. And that my wife came in soon thereafter. I was already crying. The other 2 times I didn't cry. I felt a little shaken a little bit, but not scared shaken. Just like, I don't know how to explain it, but the other night, I was crying. My wife came in. She didn't even notice me crying because I think she was on the phone with her mother from Colombia, and she just didn't see me. Of course, when I cry, I don't make noises. Just tears roll down. And I'm glad she didn't see me because I wasn't able to speak at that moment anyway. And she would have made it worse by asking me what's wrong. And, you know, it wasn't time for me to talk yet. But I told her that the story, the 3 times I seen my parents and what was communicated, and I never understood everything's gonna be right. I didn't understand what they were telling me. I don't understand. Okay, what's gonna be all right? What's gonna be okay? I don't know. I have struggles here. We have them, but what's gonna be okay? I don't know. I have no idea. Until I figured it out. God was talking to me. God was telling me this, and He didn't say anything. He just reminded me of the visions I had with my parents. They're arm in arm and smiling at me, telling me everything's going to be okay. That was not the message. Both of them in their other hand, arm in arm, but both of them had a free hand. They both had a Bible. And it's one thing I have not done is be a man and be a leader of the family. I have not been studying the Bible. I haven't done what a Christian's supposed to be. Just because you're a Christian, I accepted Jesus Christ when I believe I was 7 years old. James Robinson revival in LaPorte, Texas, at Bayshore Baptist Church. Never forget the day I was led. I was led to stand up. I remember Mom pulling me down because I think she was thinking I was too young to make that type of decision, but she couldn't hold me down. I went up front by myself at 7 years old. That's the Holy Spirit. Just because you're a Christian don't mean you're going to heaven, man. No, that doesn't mean nothing. It does. If you live the Christian life and you live what God wants you wants you to live, how He wants you to live, yeah, that's you're going. But it also says in the Bible that lukewarm folks will be spit out. You can be a Christian, be lukewarm. You're not making it, man. I'm not making it. I feel myself as lukewarm. I'm not doing nothing to glorify his name. I'm not living the life I should be living. Period. Bottom line. That's on me. It's nobody's fault. I can't blame it on here or there or anywhere. The consequences of my sins are evident in front of me. It goes right back to that man in that truck. Am I ready? No. Don't believe I am, but I'm going to strive to be. I'm not going to I'm not going to accept Jesus Christ. No, I've already accepted him. It's just that I don't want to be lukewarm. And the question holds to everybody else that sees me here. Are you ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? Uh, you have your life in order for your family in case you go like that. Because it happens every day. Someone dies every day. So yes, God's speaking to me. And that man in that truck started the communication, the instilling of things that needs to be instilled in my mind and my spiritual thoughts. Uh, I have friends here. I hope they don't mind me saying their names. Um, Mark Red, Dr. Mark Red. He's been he does a lot for for the Lord, and there's been plenty of times that they invited me to the gathering, I think it was called. Even though I don't participate in things like that, and I might never participate in that, it doesn't matter. But what matters is that what he puts out there and his wife puts out there, it's being read. People read it, people listen. Dr. Mark Ray goes to Africa, his missionary work out there. It people see that, and it puts seeds in people's lives. How you talk to somebody, how you treat somebody, that's a seed. They see that person's very nice, and am I nice to everybody? Heck no, I'm not, man. I'm very blunt, very to the point. I think there's another friend of mine that my nickname at work was the Latino Archie Bunker. I don't know. That's not good, man. But at the same time, it can be good. But the thing is it Christ-like? No. A lot of times I need to hold my tongue. We all do. But I just want to share that experience I had that man in that truck. It was so profound to me. It touched me at that moment. He touched me because his family would not have the husband or the dad at that moment if he had passed away, and he was so worried for them. And I pray for that man. I never seen him again, but I pray for him. I remember him. Hopefully he can move on and do great things. So thank you for listening to me. I hope that I can speak a little bit more. When I'm led to speak, I'll speak. Um, I'm hoping to get my act together as far as getting people to talk to, so you can see another person besides me. Uh, Talk about their life experiences. It could be topics from missionary work. It can be from their baseball years, football years, or just being a person going through tough times and how they got out of it, things of that nature. To me, I feel like that's so important because I think somebody else's testimony or life story can touch someone else, you know, and be a positive outlook for them. That's this is what I'm trying to do. I haven't done a very good job as putting things out there on YouTube, but I will. I will. Just pray for me on that, that I can find time, and uh, I just don't want to put things out there just to put things out there. I want it to be meaningful. So anyway, have a great day. Thank you for listening to me, and adios. Bye bye.